And I have a question for you guys. How many of you know about this 100-year-old French car brand Citroen? Citroen designed and built many cool cars, but most of them, or I should probably say none of them, ever been sold in the US. And the most iconic Citroen of all times is of course the 2CV. This car was designed to give wheels to as many people as possible, just like Volkswagen Beetle. In this connection is my today's video. It is about the car that was made by Chrysler, this little known car. Well, because it was just Chrysler's concept car, it was called the Chrysler CCV. And this was an American idea for a Citroen 2CV. It had a plastic body and a two-cylinder air-cooled engine, CCV. The initial name came from a China concept vehicle, but later changed to composite concept vehicle. It was introduced at the 1997 Frankfurt Auto Show. And it was not the most beautiful car ever made, but it was built with some cool ideas that were supposed to be a cheap car made for developing countries. And my other question is, have you ever heard about Tata Nano? It is an Indian microcar that recently took over the Indian market. So way before that, Chrysler came up with the idea of this plastic small car that was easier to purchase and maintain. The concept main benefit was its ultra lightweight body, constructed from polyurethane plastic, or polyethylene, PET, which is what is used to make soda bottles. This inexpensive car took only 6.5 hours to build, so roughly 3 times less than regular compact car of that time. It had a 100% recyclable body that was designed by Brian Nesbitt, who was also responsible for a PT Cruiser design. That's why it also looks like a PT Cruiser. Maybe? What do you think? Maybe a little. It does look like PT Cruiser. The Chrysler CCV used the equivalent of 2,000 plastic bottles for its body that weighed around 209 pounds only. It was made with 4 large body panels that were bolted and glued together to form this unibody shell, and they were metal subframes to hold the engine and suspension in place. And the engine here was an air-cooled 2-cylinder, similar to the original 2CV engine. It was sourced from a lawn mower manufacturer, Briggs & Stratton, never heard this name. It was a 0.8 liter engine producing 25 horsepower, and it was just enough because the weight of this car was 1,200 pounds or 530 kilograms. It could do 0 to 60 in 23 seconds, and it had a top speed of 70 miles an hour, and the fuel efficiency was 50 miles per gallon. It was designed for left and right-hand drive markets and had a large rollback fabric roof. And this fabric roof idea was also borrowed from Citroen 2CV, and the zippers were used to turn it into a convertible, and the interior was washable because it was just pure plastic, and each door came with a slider to replace the conventional window. It wasn't easy to assemble as a toy, and even the crash test somehow showed it was safe, or maybe close to safe. But Chrysler never made it into production, as it was one of the conditions given in Daimler-Chrysler merge that happened in 1988. So once again, it was one of those project cars, concepts that was shelved, but it was definitely a very cool idea. And that's all I have for you today, guys. Check out my channel for my other videos, but for now, thanks for watching and see you in the next one.